Magandang araw Pilipinas, magandang araw online world. I am Jel Miranda and you're watching Expert Talk Online. Recruitment to retirement process, automated na sa tulong ng web and mobile-based technology na Payruler. At ngayong may pandemya, nagdagdag pa sila ng bagong features para sa new normal, para masiguro ang safety at welfare sa workplace. Ngayong araw mga kaibigan, makakasama po natin ang expert for the day na si Miss Timmy De Jesus, ang co-founder ng Payruler, ang most complete human resource management system o HRMS and payroll system in the Philippines. Magandang araw, Miss Timmy.
Hi! Mayong hapon from Cebu.
Maayong hapon. Oo, nakakasang Cebu. Diba? Sige, bago tayo mapunta sa kung saan, Ma'am Timmy, pag-usapan natin itong Payruler. Ano po ba ibig sabihin talaga ng Payruler?
So, Payruler, actually yung background where 5 years old na kami na startup. Tapos yung yung focus talaga namin is in the HR, the human resource tech space. So actually, we have grown over the years, and I must mention talaga at the start na part of very important to this growth was actually the fact na we were incubated in the UP Cebu and IT business incubator here in Cebu, and also the Asian Institute of Management Dado Banatao incubator in Makati, all of which are supported business incubators by DOST. So I'm very, very grateful to DOST and very grateful to be here actually.
So kailan nag-start itong pagiging startup ninyo?
We started it, we conceptualized it nung 2014. Tapos naging corporate kami sometime 2015. So we in 2014, between 2014 2015, naghanap kami ng investment. So nakapaghanap kami ng seed investor for us that was able to give us around mga 6 months siguro of runway, where we built the first prototype of the system. After 6 months, nakapag-deploy na kami to our first client. And so ever since yun, we've been in parang customer acquisition state. And we've been trying to grow our client base. So as of right now, last count ko is we have over 100 clients spread across Metro Manila and Cebu. And some of our clients may mga it's all over the Philippines, diba? Some of their branches are as far north and as far south of the Philippines. So we're everywhere technically.
Okay, sa ngayon para sa kaalaman din ng lahat, ano ba talaga yung problema or challenges na gusto masolusyonan ng Payruler?
So the pain point kasi that we're trying to address is that the human resource of a company is definitely the most important asset, di ba? Yung mga tao talaga, yung pinaka-important. And yun yung parang defining na key differentiator sa mga businesses. Because, humans, of course. Yung problema kasi is that yung taga-take care nung very, very important na asset na yun, which is the HR department, yung mostly kasi nila na day is filled with admin work, nagfa-file ng papers, just paper pushing. And what we found was that HR spends 60% ng araw nila just doing those things. So actually, that's like 5 hours out of the 8 hours, nag-admin lang. When in fact, HR actually has a role within the company to be a strategic business partner. Kasi siya yung nagbe-bring in ng asset na yun. So that's why we created Payruler. Yung goal kasi namin talaga is to take care of all the tedious, repetitive admin things para si HR makapag-focus on the more strategic things. So yun yung parang overarching goal namin. Yeah.
Okay. So paano yung nagiging proseso?
Yeah. So yung when we built Payruler, tiningnan namin kung saan ba yung medyo mas repetitive, yung maraming manual work. Kaya yung name namin initially, it's called Payruler kasi parang it's a play on words sa payroll, di ba?
Yes.
And that really is a pain point to a lot of companies kasi a lot of companies still manage their payroll either manually via timesheets or bundy clocks or logbooks. or even Excel files. So parang that's where we wanted to come in and automate that part. So we started out with that. Pero Payruler, you mentioned, Jel, na it's a comprehensive and customizable human resource management system.
Mhm.
So kumbaga si Payruler actually not just has payroll, but it has 6 major modules. So it covers the entire parang employee life cycle from hiring up
Mhm.
to exit or retiring. So yung coverage namin is we have a module called Hire, which helps HR sa recruitment. Yung parang kung nag-a-apply yung mga applicants tapos maraming resume and all of that. So we have a module wherein ini-encode na yung mga resumes, or the applicants can actually go on the website and encode themselves. So si HR hindi na siya nagre-re-encode, right?
Okay.
The second is called Identify. So Identify is parang yung digitized 201 file natin. Diba, if you work, you know you have yung parang folder na nandun lahat, yung SSS number mo, everything, anything about you. So Payruler also has that module and we call it Identify. So nandun yung, we have maybe mga 30 or 40 sub-modules na nag-record lang ng all of the information you need to know about an employee.
Okay.
The third module is called Track. So si Track is yun yung parang timekeeping module namin that integrates with biometrics devices. Tapos or it can be encoded or timesheet. So pinupull niya yung mga logs from those devices or wherever. Tapos piniplace na niya na timesheet. Tapos automatically kino-compute na niya yung hours ng employee. Plus kinukuha niya yung mga inputs sa mga from say for example nag-overtime yung employee or nag-leave yung employee, it gathers all that data and then it computes it automatically na. After Track, the fourth module is Payroll. So that would be compute yung tawag namin. So si compute, yun naman, parang yung lahat ng data based on yung nasa Identify at saka yung nasa Track, minamash niya yun together. Tapos kina-compute na niya yung payroll register. With that, automatically, based on the bank of the client, minsan may mga cash din, pero usually mga bank na ngayon, especially, with our situation. Ina-output na niya yung bank tax file, tapos i-upload na lang yun ni payroll to the bank, and then automatically it gets disbursed into the employee's payroll accounts. The fifth major module is called Analyze. So we have around 70 plus standard reports na kasi, HR really has to be on top of the numbers in terms of the human resources in the employees within the company. So yun yung mga reports like standard, like ilan yung absences, yung mga all of the data that's needed to slice and dice and make better decisions strategically. Yung sixth naman is something called employee self-service. So we call it Empower. Essentially, Payruler kasi has two views. So the first view is, yun yung si HR, yun yung ginagamit niya, like I explained earlier, yung si Hire, Identify, etc. Yung merong employee view, which we call Empower. So say all of the employees of our clients are able to log in into a web browser, and from there, they're able to view their payslip, request for certificate of employment, view their timesheets, file for leaves, file for overtimes, everything. Para siyang one-stop shop for the employee. Yeah. So yun, that's the other feature that we have. And then we also have accompanying apps, like mobile apps for the Android and iOS that allow employees to also log in on the go. Yeah.
So nakikita nila, so pwede ma-access ba yun? Online kailangan lagi ka may internet para mapasok mo or magamit mo itong Payroller and other features pa nitong technology na ito?
Kung gamitin yung employee self-service, kasi web talaga tayo, kailangan talaga siya ng internet. However, yung sa time ruler, like yung sa timekeeping na side, meron kaming app na pwede siya offline for the meantime. Kasi we understand na minsan we have employees that are on the go, right? Like, say for example, they are drivers or the sales team, di ba? Minsan, they log in when they're on the field na. And then, hindi natin ma-prevent. Sometimes talaga walang data, right? So, okay lang yun. Nag-accept pa rin yung app nung kinukuha niya yung timestamp. And then, when merong internet, sinisync na niya. So, may parang, in a way, may offline mode siya. Yeah.
Okay. So, binabanggit nyo kanina kasi parang talagang computerized na, parang as an employee, parang hindi na ako ganon magko-question sa employer ko na bakit ganito lang yung tinanggap mong sahod, pumasok ako, etc. Ganito. Ito yung time ko, ito yung time out ko, may overtime ako, bakit hindi pumasok sa account ko, something like that, di ba? So, doon, na-access nila na tama yung mga details or data na nasa kanilang account.
Yes. So they can do their own due diligence as to yung logs nila, and there's transparency as to why, bakit when you see your payslip, automatically makita mo, okay, kasi ganito pala yung time na render ko. So also on the platform, kasi sometimes may mga questions talaga si employee. So there's an avenue also for employee to kind of raise concerns. Like kung meron silang mga I would say mga dispute or questions, paano nila yun magawa on the site. So hindi na nila kailangan pumunta pa kay HR, and then so everything is really managed on the platform itself.
So different industries, naka-design ba siya specifically sa, let's say, ganitong field o ganito yung kanilang organization, ganito yung kanilang company?
Yeah. So we actually, when we did our statistic, according to the DTI, there are like 17 or 18 major industries. I think 18. So when we did a pulse across all of our clients, we actually have clients in 15 out of those 18 industries. So medyo kami, like, it's something that we pride ourselves in. My expertise or automation experience kami in empowering the majority of the industries in the Philippines. So it can cater to a lot of these, like I mentioned, the 15 industries. Tapos system, originally, when we built it kasi, parang a lot of our focus was around the larger corporations. So yung average headcount namin before, the first 2 years of our existence, siguro mga 1,000, 2,000. The reason also behind that is kasi back then, parang mafe-feel mo kasi talaga yung need for a system if you have thousands of employees, diba? Pero starting 2017, parang nagawa kami ng way na we can probably open this up to SMEs. Yung mga 200s, 300s, etc. So actually, a lot of our clients now nasa mga ganun na headcount. The 200s, 300s, 600s, 700s. Hindi na kami like just focus very much on large corporations. So a lot of industries and a lot of sizes.
Okay. So, Ma'am Timmy, paano naman makakatulong sa mga kumpanya and sa mga organization pagdating sa recruitment to retirement? Meron din bang feature itong Payruler?
Yes. So, yun, it's a lot of things na ina-automate niya na parang in a way, the things that they do manually, like via spreadsheets, it's already an embedded feature within Payruler. So, like I mentioned earlier, sa recruitment pa lang, for HRs, recruitment is such a very busy function, di ba? Kasi, especially if they're mass hiring, can you imagine the number of applications you get? Tapos, in-encode nila yun one by one. So, no, we take care of that in the aspect na for their applicants, they can just log into a site, and then si applicant na mag-fill up, so wala nang gagawin si HR. Taga-screen na lang talaga siya and shortlist, which is yun naman talaga yung job ni HR, di ba? Like, they're not supposed to be encoders. They're supposed to be, the people that are experts in in dealing with humans, technically. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's an example of like, we try and provide efficiencies para they can do their job better.
Pero meron tayong, parang database na let's say magkaroon ng technical problem, paano yon lahat ng mga information. So, nasa ang system yon? May control kayo or basically pagka nagkumuha na ng service ninyo isang company, nasa kanila na lahat ng control?
So, that's a good question. There are two modes actually. There's one where kami yung nag-host. And we work with reputable providers such as Microsoft Azure and Amazon AWS. So we work with those because we really want to ensure that our clients have the best of the best facilities or hosting. So there will virtually be no downtime. So meron kaming hosted version kasi yung mga SMEs kasi, they'd rather pay a subscription fee than bibili pa sila ng server, tapos i-maintain pa nila for themselves. So there's that. Yun kami, and we have also, because we understand that we're handling information that's related to people, sinisecure na namin in terms of security and firewalls and other things. Like, we really do invest in that. The second mode actually is there are really some corporations na gusto nila in-house yung data nila. As in, because some corporations also can afford that and they already have their own, kumbaga, their own cloud within their organization. So, may possible din yun na we just install on their own server infrastructure, tapos sila nagma-maintain.
Oo. So, kasi syempre yung concern ng iba, paano natin masisiguro or how do they ensure the data privacy,
Yes.
tapos yung employee business personal data, di ba?
Yes. So, I mean, we also navigated around that. Parang what we did was we tried to understand. Kasi, we already gave mechanisms for HR to kind of comply with the DPA. So, when giving consent, and also in the storage and the disposal of data. So, compliant naman si Payroller in those aspects. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, napakalaking tulong nito, Mama. Ang dami niyo na na-mention, parang sobrang interesting, lalo na doon sa mga nanonood sa atin. During this time, syempre alam natin na until now, grabe pa rin ang paglaban natin sa pandemya, andyan pa rin ang COVID-19. So, paano naman ito makakatulong? Meron din bang serbisyo na ibibigay ang Payroller during this time of pandemic?
Yes, I actually just had a talk about that 2 weeks ago. So, we try to do what we can. One of the features that most of our clients have found very, very helpful is our web login. So, di ba I mentioned meron tayong employee self-service, wherein nandun yung parang dun nakikita ni employee yung lahat ng information niya. Now, employees can actually log in, like start their time, and then log in for the day there. So, hindi na kailangan, we enable work from home because we're able to allow that feature. So, that's just one of the stuff we do. Tapos we also have a integration. Kasi yung founders namin at saka yung ibang mga teammates namin, when this pandemic started, we were thinking, aside from running the business, what can we do to help? So some of our team members actually created this app that we called WeTrace. So I don't know if you're familiar, like the term of a contact tracing app. So technically, yun, right? I mean, everyone knows kasi we're all reading the news, ano. So we actually created that for the province of Cebu. Tapos, of course, merong mga, it takes a while to deploy. But actually, our team right now is actively working with the Cebu LGU kasi tinatay-in din namin with the work pass permit. But I mean, that's another story. But my point being, the technology behind WeTrace is something that we're actually going to be integrating within Payruler. Kasi, some of our clients are saying, okay, when we go back to the office after all of the work from home stuff, when we do go back, how are we sure na, how can we ensure that our employees are safe? Or how can we add another layer of protection na natin yung contact tracing? Mas ma-enable yung contact tracing. So that's something that we've actually built in and we'll be rolling out soon. So parang ni-reuse lang namin yung technologies that we are doing for, to help with this pandemic. So
kumbaga ina-upgrade nyo pa, nagdadagdag pa kayo.
Yeah, definitely. We're adding features as well.
So Ma'am Timmy, nakita ko sa Payruler and then meron Payruler Plus. Ano ibig sabihin nun?
So it was more, I think that was, it was something we were toying in terms of the branding. But essentially, Payruler Plus was more like, it was something that we were going to create, like more features, essentially. But also, something that we are incorporating into our system is the use of data science, actually, to make predictive analytics. So I guess yun yung parang initial namin na pag-isipan on the analytics. But I don't think we're going with that brand anymore. Pero Yeah, so I must mention also that Payruler is actually we are a recipient of a grant from DOST, which we are very, very thankful for again. That this grant is supposedly to help us create uh, embed predictive analytics into our system kasi with better analytics, kasi di ba yung sinasabi namin is that we want HR to be more strategic. How do you help, HR become more strategic? Kailangan nila ng data or kailangan nila ng good data to make sound decisions. So yun yung Payruler predictive analytics module namin. So yung current status namin actually is that we were focused more on the retention. So retention, the meaning of retention is di ba every employees leave or employees stay. So we're trying to create, actually we're finishing up na yung analytics that can help tell companies based on a certain model if an employee is going to leave within the next 6 months. So if you're able to know that kind of heuristic, like HR, magawa niya ng paraan yon, di ba? Like to make more strategic moves, such as, will they engage more in this employee, or will they revisit the whole compensation package niya, or does this employee need more training, yung ganon. So, with that kind of analytics, mas magiging si HR sa gagawin niya, like mas strategic. So, yeah, that's kind of what Payruler Plus is about. Or, yeah.
Sige, huling message nila, final question na lang din siguro, Ma'am Tini.
Sige.
Membership or paano yung partnership with the company once na nagamit na nila itong technology na ito? Tuloy-tuloy ba yung assistance natin sa kanila?
Yeah, for sure. So what we do is that we have a so it can either be a subscription, and then with the subscription, there's definitely business support during business hours, or can be 24/7. Actually, we do have clients na 24/7. So that's continued support for as long as you're subscribed to the service. And then of course, kung nagbili sila ng license, then definitely we support them as they need, kasi especially during payroll times and all, like HR is actually they're if you think about it ngayon sa pandemic, they're really they're the silent frontliners, diba? Kasi can you imagine anong ginagawa nila? They're trying to manage work from home and then returning to work and all of that. There's a lot of weight on their shoulders, so we're also trying to support them in this time. Yeah. And so we also do have a team. I mean, just to mention, we do have a team that's in Cebu and also a team that's in Manila. So sometimes kailangan minsan on-site. If we're needed, then we're there.
Okay. So marami sigurado interesado dito sa technology nito. Miss Tini, saan sila pwede makipag-ugnayan? Any contact information at paano mag-subscribe or kung mag-avail nitong technology na Payruler?
Yes. So we just visit our website. It's www.payruler.com. Yeah. So, and then there's a form there that you can fill up. Tapos one of our team members of sales will then get in touch with you for we can show the system, we can demo, kasi para it's better to na may try before you buy, kasi we don't wanna we want them to see muna na Payruler can definitely solve yung mga concerns nila.
All right. Any final message na lang, Miss Tini, and of course sa DOST na nakatulong din po sa inyong proyekto?
Yes. So I'm very, very thankful. So DOST has been at different points in the life of Payruler. It has been so instrumental. When we just started, it gave us our first home, and actually we're still located in the DOST incubator in Cebu. Kaso lang walang tao na, diba? Because of the pandemic, but we're still so super grateful kasi DOST really opened doors for us. Not just in the fact na binigyan kami ng home, but the opportunities that they open us up to, because parang we are, when you're associated with something like DOST, then it really does add parang weight, right? Like parang meron kang backing, like it's strong that you're legit, hindi ka fly by night. Yeah. I mean, plus the fact that DOST is really helping us push the envelope in terms of like building deeper technology to provide to our clients via the grant that they offered us. So I will always be grateful to DOST. One of our co-founders is actually was a DOST scholar. So when he's sa college niya. So marami kaming connections with DOST, and we'll always be grateful.
Alright. Thank you so much, Miss Timmy, and congratulations. Napakaganda at napakalaki ng tulong na naibibigay, na ibabahagi ninyo sa ating mga kababayan with this Payruler. Thank you so much. Mga kaibigan, nakasama po natin, Miss Timmy De Jesus, ang co-founder ng Payruler. Ang inobasyon ng Payruler ay isa lamang patunay na sa anumang hamon ng buhay, ang agham at teknolohiya ang ating kaagapay. Mga kaibigan, magsama-sama tayong muli sa susunod na Miyerkules. Same time, same Facebook page at DOSTv PH. Mga bagong kaalaman tungkol sa siyensya at teknolohiya, ating talakayin with the expert. Ako po si Jel Miranda. Hanggang sa susunod na Miyerkules. Ito po ang Expert Talk Online.